Ashton, are you there? Please answer me. I need to know where you are right now. You just said that you were going to the restroom, but it's been way too long for that now. People are going to start showing up soon. You have to get back here right away.
Hey, Ginny, I'm really sorry to have to do this to you, but I just don't think I can get married to you today.
Excuse me? What is that supposed to mean?
I just mean that I'm not really feeling it in my heart. Something is holding back, and if I'm not 100% dedicated, then I don't think we should be getting married. So, I know we were supposed to be getting married, but I just can't. I'm sorry. The truth is that I just can't get Chelsea out of my head.
Chelsea? Wait a minute, do you mean Chelsea is in your ex-girlfriend, Chelsea?
That's right. Every time I think about getting married, she pops into my head. And I just keep thinking that Chelsea is going to be waiting for me if I go to our wedding, and I keep picturing her in a wedding dress and not you. No matter what I try, I just can't get my mind off her at all.
I really just don't even know what to say to that right now.
Well, I'm sorry, but this is why I can't go through with our wedding. I'm still in love with Chelsea.
Ashton, I can't believe you right now. I mean, we are literally supposed to be getting married today. Our friends and family are all here right now to watch that happen. And you're telling me that you're going to break up with me because you haven't gotten over your ex? But I remember you told me about how awful she was. You said that you didn't have any feelings at all left for her.
I know I said that, but it's not quite that simple.
Didn't you tell me that Chelsea repeatedly cheated on you too? Didn't you say that you couldn't stand her doing that over and over again, and that's why you finally broke up with her?
I did say that, but I just don't care about any of that anymore.
I don't get it. What could have changed to make you feel this way?
Look, Chelsea cheated on me 30 times in the last year that we were together. But she's just so cute that I've forgiven her for everything. And I just know no matter what our past is, no matter what we may do together in the future, she's the woman I want to marry.
I don't even know what to say to you right now. I mean, do you really still care for Chelsea all that much? Why did you even agree to marry me if you still had all these feelings for her?
Well, it's not like I don't like you either, you know? And I really appreciate that you were serious about this and never once cheated on me. But the fact of the matter is, I think most of that had to do with the fact that you're not all that pretty. So you just didn't have the chance to cheat on me.
Excuse me? And just what is that supposed to mean?
I mean that I just want to be with Chelsea. She's the only one who really gets my heart burning. In fact, I've even come around to how selfish she can be. And I think it's all part of her charm.
Are you kidding me right now? You told me that you loved me, Ashton.
I know, but it's just that... Well, I know if I married you, my life would just be so boring. I want more out of my life than just a normal marriage. That's why I have to get back together with and marry Chelsea. I don't care how many times she cheated on me. I'll always forgive her.
You really are just pathetic. Do you know that? I mean, how could you do this to me on the day we're supposed to be getting married? I was ready to dedicate my life to being with you. I thought we made each other happy.
I know, and I really am sorry for all this. I swear to pay for the wedding plans and everything. But can you please just tell everyone there that the wedding is off? Just tell everyone there that I can't do this because I still love Chelsea too much.
So sorry about what happened yesterday. To think that you and Ashton were so close to getting married. If only he still wasn't head over heels in love with me. Excuse me, just who do you think you are talking to me about this? Oops, I guess I'll have to introduce myself first. I'm Chelsea, as in Ashton's Chelsea. I suppose you must have heard a little about me from your ex-fiancé, right? Oh, yes, I've heard lots of things about the beautiful ex-girlfriend. And about how you're a serial cheater who seems not to care who she hurts in the process. It's not my fault if so many men want to approach me and have a little chat. In fact, I love it so much, I almost never turn any of them down. But I suppose you really wouldn't know much about that, given how plain you are. Oh, you're right about that. An ugly girl like me would just have no idea what it's like to be as beautiful as you. I just couldn't even imagine hurting the ones that I love in the pursuit of selfish pleasures. And just what is that supposed to mean? You know what it means. But anyways, I'm glad that you reached out. At least now I have a way to contact you. I suppose that Ashton has already reached out to you to ask about getting back together, yes? Or were you the one that reached out to him to convince him to get back together with you? Because I know that Ashton was starting to get a little bit of cold feet before our wedding. But I'm sure that once he has some time to think about what he's done, that he'll realize he's better off with me. You really think he's going to get back together with you? No. Ashton is all mine, and there is nothing you can do about it. Wait, what? You can't be serious about that. Of course I am, and isn't it so funny? I mean, he abandoned the woman he was engaged to marry for me, his cheating ex. I think that's hilarious. But it does also prove that Ashton really is a passionate man, so you should know that I didn't have to do any talking to him at all. You mean that he came to you to ask to get back together with him? That's right. He even told me about how he wanted us to get married. And the thing is that I have a lot of men who say that they love me, but Ashton has been the only one to leave his fiancé at the altar for me. So, needless to say, I was quite taken up with his confession. I don't even know what to say to that. How could he betray me like that? Well, it worked out great for me. I get a husband who makes a fine living and says that he doesn't care if I run around cheating on him. It's the perfect match for me, so you may as well give up any idea of getting Ashton back now. Well, fine then. If that's really how it is, then you can have him. I wouldn't want to get back with someone who's left me on the day we were supposed to get married anyways. I hope you two make each other happy.
Hey, Jenny, are you there? Can you please let me in the house? I heard from some friends that you are living here these days.
Wait, is that you at my front door, Ashton? And here I was wondering why my doorbell wouldn't stop ringing.
That's right, it's me. And I've come here to ask for your hand in marriage. So please, let me inside so I can start making up the past you to you.
What in the world are you talking about, Ashton? I thought you left me to be with Chelsea, remember? You literally broke up with me on the day you and I were supposed to be getting married, remember?
Oh, I know that, but Chelsea and I didn't actually end up getting married. I mean, did you really think I was going to marry a girl like that in the first place? I want you to know that it took me a while, but I finally realized the mistake I made leaving you behind.
And just what do you mean by that?
I mean, I realized that Chelsea wasn't planning on stopping her affairs behind my back. I told her I wanted to get married to her because I thought that would stop her from cheating on me. But then, a while after you and I broke up, Chelsea and I were going to get legally married at the courthouse, but then I saw her with another guy.
I see. So you got back together with a cheater and she cheated on you, is what you're telling me?
Well, you just have no idea how upset that got me seeing her like that. I told her that I had enough of her behavior and that we were through. And then she just left towards the courthouse with the other man of hers. Not only that, but she also emptied out our shared bank account that we had before she ran away.
You mean she even stole all of your money before she left you?
That's right. We had been saving up money in the account to pay for her wedding. And then she ended up taking it all to run off with another guy. I was so depressed after that. Things got pretty dark for me, to be honest. But then I remembered you.
And just what did you remember about me?
Well, I remembered how kind and lovely you were, And I finally realized that you really were the woman for me. I know that you would never cheat on me. You never betrayed me while we were together, and you even loved me enough to want to get married. So that's why I think we should get back together and get married.
No, no, no. That is just not going to happen, Ashton. Why are you even coming to me about this?
What's wrong with getting back together? I mean, we loved each other once. We can do it again.
And do you really think that after all this time that I would still want to marry you?
What do you mean all this time? It's only been a year since we broke up. It isn't all that long when you consider being married.
You did not actually just send that message to me, did you?
Oh, come on. Once we're married, we're going to have plenty of fights and challenges that we'll have to overcome. Just think of this as another one of those challenges. And think about how good it's going to feel to put all this behind and get on with our relationship.
You really are an idiot if you think I'm going to buy any of what you're saying to me right now. I don't love you, and I haven't in a long, long time, Ashton.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. You know that you don't really mean that. I know you've been waiting for me to come back to you this whole time. I mean, that's why you moved into this huge condo by yourself, right? So we could share it eventually?
Are you kidding me right now? Is that really what you think?
In fact, I bet that you afforded this place with all the money that I had to pay you to handle all the cancellations for our wedding, huh?
If you must know, I did use some of that money for the down payment on this lease, yes.
Well, there you go. You got into this place using my money, so I have a right to live with you. This is perfect. You've already got a house ready for us to live in. I knew you were waiting for me to come back to you. After all, it looks like you could fit a whole family into a unit of that size. So I guess this means you must want kids with me too. But I'm fine with that if that's what you want. So what do you say? Shall we get married? I can start calling places to reserve some space. And I suppose we can just reuse the same invitations as last time. We'll just have to change the date is all.
Ashton, you can't actually be serious about all of this, right?
Of course. I know it's taking us a while to come back together, but we can finally be married. In fact, I should tell you that I've actually already booked a venue and everything. So what do you say? Will you make me the happiest man alive?
Excuse me, but what do you think you're doing talking to my wife like this?
Sorry, what?
I don't understand what you mean by that. No, I don't understand why you won't stop ringing the doorbell to my house. Or why you won't stop texting my wife. Just who do you think you are, huh? Now you're trying to ask her to marry you? What are you trying to play here, huh?
What is this? I don't get it. Is this some kind of joke or something like that? Who even are you? And why do you keep talking about your wife? Are you talking about Ginny? Because she's been my woman longer than she's been yours.
And yet her and I are the married couple. Funny how that works. Honestly, did you really think you could just show up a year later and try to get my wife to marry you? Well, you're too late.
Wait a second. Does that mean Ginny is already married to someone else? She cheated on me with another man?
Cheated? You wish. She got married to me after you left her at the altar.
But, I mean, I thought that she would have waited for me. I just wasn't ready for the real thing back then. I was just getting cold feet, but I always thought that Ginny would have understood that. I thought she had to know that I didn't really love my ex.
I don't care what excuse you told yourself over this past year, it doesn't change the facts. You cast Ginny aside and you have no right to speak to her as if you're still together.
No, there has to be some kind of mistake. Ginny is my girl. She has to be. I know I chose wrong in the past, but I'm here to make up for my mistakes. That's why she has to get back together with me. Give her back to me right now.
You really just don't know how to read well, do you? You didn't just ask Ginny to go on a break or postpone the wedding. You left her to go and be with your ex. You asked her to cancel all the wedding plans. She doesn't want to be with you anymore. Ginny and I are happily married now, and we don't need you coming in and trying to interfere with our lives. I don't care that your plan to get back with your ex didn't work out. You don't get to use Ginny as some kind of backup plan. Now, I want you to get lost and never come back. If I see you around here again, I will call the cops on you. Do you understand? Two can play that game. Don't you know that I gave your wife the money to pay the down payment on your lease here? That means that your apartment is basically mine. If you won't give me my future wife back, then I want you out of here now. I'll call the cops on you instead. You really think you paid for this? Ginny barely had any money left after she had to pay all the cancellation fees for your wedding. When we got together, she insisted on getting rid of the rest of the money you had given her, and so she contributed to a down payment. But it was only enough to cover maybe a third of the down payment cost on this place. The rest all came from my savings and the money that she had been putting away from her job. So call the police if you want, but you'll only be saving me the trouble of dealing with you.
But that can't be right. You're telling me that this place where you live really costs that much? You won't get away with this. I won't let you get away with this.
So I heard you got married. Not only that, but I hear that you're with some rich guy who's paying for you both to live at some amazing condo. Well, if it isn't Chelsea, I heard that you left Ashton to go be with some other guy. Well, he was fired from his job not long after we got back together, so I realized there wasn't any point in staying with a man who didn't have any money. I don't care why you and him broke up, so just save it. Well, that's fine, because I'm not here to talk about Ashton, but I want you to hand over your husband to me now. I need a rich man to take care of me, and you seem to have good taste when it comes to picking them. You really are crazy, do you know that? You really think that I'm going to let you get near my man? Please, you have to help me. I'm in serious debt and I really need help. I'm desperate. Just let me have your man and you can go and find another one. You're good at getting rich guys to fall in love with you. Please, you have to help me. I'm begging you here. You don't know how hard my life has been. It's really hard to find a man who is really okay with me cheating on them. Maybe that's because I fall in love with the people and not their wallets. I'm not even going to touch the rest of that message. But you know what? If you want to meet in person to talk about this, why don't you go to the cafe by the mall? I'll be there in 30 minutes. I actually hid across the street from the cafe where I ended up sending Ashton to meet Chelsea. When he saw her, he flew into a rage over the money that she had apparently stolen from him. In the end, the cops were called by the cafe staff on both of them because they began to brawl inside the store. I watched the whole thing as the cops showed up and took them both away. Afterwards, I called the police with information on what had happened inside the cafe, and through that process managed to get restraining orders placed on both of them against my husband and I. Since then, we've been lucky enough to not have to deal with either of them ever again. Of course, I apologized to my husband about my past catching up with me in such an obnoxious way. But he was just glad that no one was hurt in the process. As for me, I'm just glad to finally be able to put that part of my life behind me and focus on my new life with my lovely husband.
Hey Joyce, are you there? I'm really sorry to drop this news on you all of a sudden, but my sister is going to be staying with us for a while from this weekend. So if you could help me get things ready for her before she arrives, I would really appreciate that.
Wait a second, you mean that your sister is going to be coming to stay with us this weekend?
Yeah, I actually just heard that this was happening from my mom not that long ago. I guess that mom and my sister Beth had been talking about this for a while, but my mom never said anything to me about it. But I guess that Beth is pregnant and she wants to have the kid back home. So that's why she's coming back.
I didn't even know that your sister was pregnant. When did that happen? And why are you just finding out about all of this now?
I don't know, but I certainly didn't know that she was pregnant either. In fact, I had to kinda push Mom to give me the whole story. But she just told me that you and I should be grateful to my parents for letting us live with them even though we don't have any sons. So I just really don't know what to do at all. This is a lot to take in all at once.
I had no idea that that's how your mom felt about us living here.
I know, and I just want to say that I'm really, really sorry for how my family acts sometimes. But anyways, my mom hid this from us well, and now we can't really say no. So, anyways, if you could just please get ready to live with my sister for a few months, I think we'll just have to grit our teeth and bear through.
Yeah, of course. A few months isn't that bad. Besides, you must be pretty excited to get to see your sister after so long, right? Just please let me know if there's anything I can do around the house to make things easier on everyone.
Thank you so much for understanding, Joyce. I knew that you would, but I'm just sorry that my mom is always running the house like this. I just wish that she would have given us even just a little more heads up that this was going to be happening. Did you know that she wasn't even going to tell you? She demanded that I do it. I can't believe that she would really try so hard at hiding something like this from you and I. And then after all that, she can't even tell people this is happening herself.
Well, there's really not much that can be done about that now, right? Besides, I'm pretty sure that your mom just doesn't like me. I mean, I don't even think that we've said a word to each other for the past month or so.
Wait a second. You're telling me that you and my mom haven't talked at all to each other in the past month?
I mean, when you're in the room, we'll maybe exchange just the bare minimum of words. But we never say anything to each other at all when it's just us in the house. In fact, your mom can't even look me in the eye. I'm sure that we basically just end up avoiding each other all day until people come back home.
And this has been going on for at least a month, if not longer? I had no idea that that's how you and my mom interacted.
Well, I just worry that your mom thinks of me as a failure. But I can't blame her. Even just last month, we went to see a doctor about why I can't get pregnant. Although I suppose I should be glad she didn't ask me about how it went.
Oh, come on, don't beat yourself up for that. We're still doing all that we can to try and have children. You have to stay strong and not lose heart. Don't give up, Joyce.
I know, but I also know that your mom is just always waiting for grandchildren. And we've been married 2 years now and still nothing, so I just can't blame your mom for being upset after all this.
Joyce, what are you saying? Don't talk like that. The only people who need to be concerned about you getting pregnant is you and I.
Oliver, do you really mean that?
Of course I do. You shouldn't be letting what my mom has to say on the matter affect how you feel about things. I know that we're both doing our best and even seeking treatment for this issue. So I don't think that my mom has any right to comment on us having kids at all.
Thank you so much for saying that, Oliver. That really does mean a lot to me, you know?
Well, I wanted to ask you how you feel about taking a break on the treatments while my sister is here. I know that they can be rough on you and leave you pretty tired. Maybe we can just take a break on trying for a while? After all, it's probably not to work if we're always stressing your body out.
Actually, now that you say that, the doctor did ask if I wouldn't consider taking a break from the treatment as well. He said that it would help my body settle down and de-stress a little bit for the future. I guess he had a lot of success with patients by trying this method out.
Great, then it's settled. We'll take a break and stop worrying about trying for kids for a while. And I just want you to know that my mom and I are going to handle taking care of my sister, so don't worry about anything. I don't want you having to deal with any undue stress.
Hey, Joyce, what is the matter with you, huh? I am looking through these maternity photos that I asked you to take of me, and they all look like crap. How do you expect me to be able to post any of these to Instagram, huh? I thought you used to have your own photo studio before you married my brother, right? That's the whole reason why I hired you in the first place. But when I had my studio, I also worked with a lot of expensive and specialized equipment to get those photos you saw. I think for what I was working with that the photos actually turned out really well. Whatever. These photos aren't as good as I thought they would be, but what else can I expect from someone as useless as you? I shouldn't have asked a broken woman like you to help me with something like this. Excuse me? And just what is that supposed to mean? I mean that you're so useless you can't even take good photos of me, but you probably just can't do it because I'm pregnant and you're not. You're just useless, and I know from my mom that you can't have any kids. So that's why you can't take any good pictures of pregnant women either. I really don't think that one has anything at all to do with the other, and I think you looked great in those photos. So I think you should apologize for your mean comments towards me. I haven't done anything rude to you to merit being talked to like that. Oh, just shut up, you barren old cow. I know that you've been getting treatment for your infertility for the past 2 years. And yet even then you still can't have a child. You're just a broken woman who can't even perform her basic biological functions. But that isn't true. That's not even close to what the doctors told me. They performed lots of tests on me and said that my body is perfectly capable of having a baby with the right support. And yet you're still not pregnant after all this time. Sounds to me like the doctor was just too polite to tell you the truth like I just did. Shut up, you don't know what you're talking about at all. Oh, come on. You really think I can't tell that you're jealous of me for being pregnant? It's obvious from these terrible photos you took. If you weren't so insecure about it, I'm sure that you could have managed to take actually decent photos. But I should have known better than to ask you anyways. And just what makes you think that I'm jealous of you just because you're pregnant? I don't have any kind of jealousy or resentment towards you at all. In fact, I'm happy that you're going to have a kid. Oh man, are you just trying to lie to me, or is this how you try to fool yourself as well? You can't have a kid, and you know it. Besides, you don't know that kids choose their parents. So if you're not pregnant by now, it's because no child wants to have you as their mother. Are you out of your mind? Now you're just being ridiculous. I don't care what someone like you has to say to me. Just retake the pictures of me, got it? And make sure to actually take them well this time. And of course, I won't be paying for this session either since we're family. I assume you don't have anything to say to that, yes?
Hey Joyce, I really am so sorry for the way that my sister was talking to you. I mean, to think that she would just ask you to take those photos and then refuse to pay you.
No, it's okay, Oliver. I actually had a lot of fun picking up a camera again. It had been so long that I didn't even mind not being paid. But I guess Beth had some worries about how they would play on her social media, and so that's why she had me redo them.
Well, I really don't think their poor performance online had to do with the quality of the photo. Did you know that when she posted them, she captioned them with, "As taken by my barren, childless sister-in-law"?
She did what? Did she really post those pictures with that caption?
Yeah, and that was all she had to say about you. She didn't say anything nice or gracious, just insulted you. So I don't think it was the photos prompting people to avoid interacting with those posts.
But who in the world would post something that makes themselves look that bad?
I know, right? Then she went on to say in another post that her whole coming back home to give birth was being ruined because you were there. She was writing about how jealous you're acting and how it's making things very difficult for her. I guess maybe she forgot that I also follow her and would see all these posts that she's making.
Wow, I can't believe that she would actually write all of that. It's so much.
I know. And I know that I was the one to ask you to deal with my sister for the time being, but at this rate, I think I'm the one that's going to snap. So, I'm sorry to spring this question on you so suddenly, but what do you think of moving out with me?
Oliver, are you sure about this? You really want to move out of your mom's house?
I just can't stand being in a house where you get treated this way. In fact, I was actually offered a job at my company's HQ.
You mean that they're finally giving you that promotion that you've had your eyes on for all this time?
Well, I guess I just say how hard you were trying when it came to having kids, so that helped push me to want to work harder. And I guess now that all that hard work is paying off, and that's why I was offered this new position.
Oliver, that's amazing! Congratulations, you made this happen!
Well, not only that, but there are quite a few transfers from my division to HQ, so I actually know quite a few people there already. In fact, one of the people over there now actually had a similar problem as us, and now he has 3 kids. He told me that if we move out there, he has a great doctor who he could introduce us to.
That would be amazing.
Apparently, the medical facilities out there are just leagues beyond what we could find in this state. So I think that's a lot of good reasons to move. But for now, let's keep you off the treatments so that when you start again, it'll be a fresh start in a new place.
That sounds perfect, Oliver. I'm so happy that this is happening.
Perfect. Well, let's try and get our bags packed and ready as soon as we can. I don't want to make you spend another second in this house.
Thank you so much, Oliver, but there are still some things that I need to wrap up here. So you go ahead and start moving, and I'll catch up to you when I can.
Wait, what? What do you mean you still have things to wrap up here?
Well, we can't just leave your mom to take care of your sister when she's about to give birth. After all, your dad is practically bedridden, and your mom is always complaining about some part of her body hurting. So if you leave, then I'll be the only one here capable of giving your sister the help that she needs.
You mean the reason you want to stay behind is all to help my sister?
I know that I may have problems with the mother, but I can't just risk leaving the baby to your parents and sister until it's out safe and sound.
Joyce, I don't know what to say. That's just incredible.
But I'm really happy that you've got this promotion and that we're going to move out. But I just need to finish my duties around here first. Then we can move away and live together in a new place and start a new chapter of our lives together.
Yes, of course. Just please remember to take care of yourself and don't push yourself too hard.
Beth, why did you lock me out of the house? Let me back in right now. Oh, just shut up already. Don't you know that you're not wanted around here? I know that you've already driven my brother to abandon you. So I don't know why you think that you can stay in this house with my parents and I. I'm just glad that my brother was smart enough to leave you before you had kids. But now there's no one here to protect you, and you don't have a place in this family anymore. And since you haven't had any kids either, there's no point in keeping you around at all. So why don't you just beat it? That's really the reason why you've locked me out of the house? Don't you realize that without your brother around, I'm all that you have, really? How are you going to have a safe home birth with just your parents around? Are you trying to tell me that you're staying at home for my sake? Well, if that's the case, then I don't need you. You probably just screw up or get me and my baby sick somehow. I don't want you anywhere near me when it's time for me to have my baby. Do you understand me? You think that I'm going to get you sick? How would that work? Oh, please, you don't think I don't know that this fertility problem of yours isn't just a symptom of something much bigger? I'm sure you have some kind of horrible disease. And it's just a matter of time until you spread it to other people in this house. Are you even reading what you're typing to me at this point? I know it's true because my mom told me so. She told me that we can't keep someone like you around any longer, so why don't you do us all a favor and go? Are you sure about this? Because if this is really what you want, I have no problem going. After all, Oliver only left because he was promoted to a new office, and so we're having to move. So after I leave, we are never coming back again. I'm really not sure what you're going to do since Oliver and I were paying for the utilities around here. What are you talking about? You mean my brother finally got promoted at work? That's right, and then he suggested that he and I move out of here, but I told him I would stay behind to make sure you had your child safely. But since you seem to think I'm some disease-ridden ball of germs, I'll just take my leave. Are you telling me that my brother didn't decide to finally leave you? That's right, your brother and I are still together and very much in love. But that can't be right, I didn't know that was what was going on. Well, it is. Good luck having the kid with just your parents there to help. And getting driven to your appointments and getting driven back, all of the things that I was doing for you. You think my parents are really that useless? That shows what you know. They'll be able to help me out just fine, so go, leave, and never ever come back. Okay then, just don't say I didn't warn you. A few weeks after that, Beth sent me distressed messages begging for Oliver and I to go back and help her with her birth. Apparently, she didn't know that both her parents had already given up their driver's licenses in their old age and were incapable of driving her where she needed to go. Last I heard, she had to take a taxi to drive her all the way to the hospital when she realized her parents were also completely unprepared for a home birth as well. She was really in bad shape by the time she reached the hospital. After she managed to safely have her child, the doctors scolded her on not having been more prepared to have her child. Beth tried calling her husband to come and pick her up from the hospital, but he wasn't answering his phone and had apparently fled the country. Now Beth lives at home with her parents, who take care of the baby as best they can, while Beth goes out and works to try and support all four of them. As for Oliver and I, we've been enjoying our new lives in a new city and blocked all of his family so we would never be dragged into their drama again. I met with the doctor recommended by Oliver's colleague and feel like the tension that may have kept me getting pregnant for so long has finally been relieved.
You and I are done with Angelica. You're getting a divorce whether you like it or not. Once you come and sign your half of the divorce paperwork, get the hell out of my house.
Huh?
I've no use for some pig of a wife in my house anymore. And today was your worst day for this household so far. Not only did I just come home from a very long and exhausting day at work, but I came home to no dinner cooked for me yet, and all the chores still being left alone. What makes all of this worse is that you weren't even home. You were out having fun by yourself without ever thinking about my needs.
Hold on a minute, Jarrett. Calm down, would you? I'm not out having fun right now. Did you not read the message I sent you before I left the house?
Huh? What's this about a message being left for me?
My belly started to hurt really badly out of nowhere, and so I left the house to go to the nearby urgent care to get it looked at. And from what the doctors told me, next month is looking like the time your baby will be born. So I went into the urgent care just to make sure I wasn't going to have a premature birth or anything like that. I mean, this whole morning my belly was hurting so bad and I felt like vomiting. And at the time, I just couldn't focus on getting any of the chores done around the house.
So you telling me that the kid's out of you now?
Nope, it all ended up just being some slight abdominal pain due to the weight being exerted on everything down there. The nurse told me that it may have seemed like the baby was on the way, but you'll know when you're about to have a baby because the pain will be a lot worse. Hearing that it's only going to hurt worse than today when the baby is ready is actually quite a scary thing to think about.
You kidding me? So you just didn't have a clue what was going on then? No, I'm sure it wasn't on accident either. I bet you faked all that pain so you could get out of the house on purpose. And now you're just lying to me about all of that so I won't get even more upset with you about slacking off today.
What?
I know for a fact that you never actually had any of those so-called abdominal pains, which means you never actually went to any urgent care to get it all checked out. I'm not going to allow you to try and slack off from doing the chores by using yourself being pregnant as the excuse.
I'm not lying about this, though. Why would I ever lie to you about something like that?
I'm seriously starting to rethink things about you being my wife. You seem to think that it's all okay to just slack off every day and use your pregnancy as the reason for it. Even gone so far as to lie about going to the doctor's office to get out of the house. You're such an awful wife, Angelica.
Excuse me?
Day after day, saying that you have to carry a baby and that's why you can't get any work done. All I've seen from you these last few months is you just laying around the house like a pig. Really, all you are now is a fat old loser that does nothing to make my household any better. And I'm not going to keep working a 9-to-5 job every day to support a fatty like you.
Calling me an awful wife and a fat wife? What the heck has gotten into you, Jarrett? You do not say things like that to your pregnant wife. I'm not lying when I say I want things to get done around the house. But right now, I'm in the last phase of my pregnancy, and it's just become too difficult to get up and move around like that. Whenever I do stand up, I begin to get dizzy. And I have to hold myself up for at least a couple minutes to get that feeling to go away. Most days, I just have to stay laying on my side to avoid having to feel like I need to throw up. It's driving me a little crazy feeling this badly all the time.
Well, just know that I'm at my limits with you. You and I are getting a divorce, and you're going to like it. I have the divorce paperwork with me sitting on the counter at home, so just sign them for me and hand them in.
You actually did go out and get those documents? You are seriously thinking of getting a divorce from me at a time like this? We have a baby that's on the way and will be here next month.
Shut the hell up, fatty. At this point, I'm starting to even wonder about if you're truly pregnant or not. You sure that all that weight on you isn't just the food you've been scarfing down the past few months?
Huh? Are you seriously going to say that about your own wife?
I am seriously going to say that about her, after what she's been going around doing. All I can see you as anymore is the perfect example of a fat loser. But you just been going on with this pregnancy thing's a way of getting yourself out of having to go to work, right?
I cannot believe what I'm hearing right now. You have no right telling me something like that when you have the privilege of not having to ever carry a baby in your life. I've been working harder than you have carrying this baby around for us, making sure it's fed well and will come out healthy and happy. Well, I've had enough of you now, Jarrett. I don't want to raise my child with a father who has a mind like yours. I think I will agree to divorcing you now.
Well, since the two of us are happy to get a divorce now, we don't have to worry about settlements or anything like that.
That's right. You never bothered to think of me as anything besides a tool and wouldn't even support me with my pregnancy. Even before getting pregnant, I was starting to worry a little about what life would be like with you later on as my husband. Well, now I can see that this baby is going to be better off with only me as their parent.
The only thing you're going to be raising is more of that belly fat after I leave you. Anyway, get those documents signed and then get the hell out. I'm tired of having a fat loser sitting around in my house all day, so this will be your last chance to enjoy the amenities I have here.
Hey, Mom? There's someone really strange standing out in front of our house right now. Huh? I just got back from school, and as I went in through the back door, I could see some older man standing out front walking back and forth waiting for someone. And every once in a while, he'll come up on the porch and sit down for a bit. I'm getting scared by this. Do you think it's okay if I run to Grandma's house for a little bit? What's going on? Robin, you can hurry up and go back out the back entrance and run to your Grandma's house. I'll be on my way to your Grandma's house as soon as I finish up the last of my work here. Okay, I'll be going then. Has that old man been trying to talk to you at all? Or have you been trying to talk to him? Not yet, and I'm not going to talk to him. I'm going to call Grandma right now and tell her to have the police go to our house, and then they can take care of that man. Thank you so much for texting me about this the moment you realized what was going on. You are really smart for that and brave. I'm going to Grandma's house now. Good luck with the rest of your work.
Hey, Angelica, when the hell are you going to be coming home from work today? How much longer are you going to make me wait here for you?
Huh? Jarrett?
I've been waiting the whole day here for you to get home from work. You still haven't come home yet. It's gone 6 now, so hurry the hell up. And that's what's made all this a lot more frustrating for me is that the police have now been questioning me. I'm not playing around about all this now.
Wait a second. So the old man that's been pacing back and forth outside my house all day has been you this whole time?
Pacing back and forth? I just been waiting for my ex-wife to come home so that we can hang out.
What the heck do you mean by us hanging out? Why would you be waiting outside my house all day long for me to come home just to hang out? And why do you want to be around me in the first place? It's been over 10 years now since you and I got divorced, so what are you here for?
There's only one reason why I be here for you right now. I'm here to make up with you. Get back together again.
Huh? Makeup? Are you saying that you want to remarry me or something like that?
Well, it's been 10 years since the divorce, and I'm sure that both of us have equally been through some tough situations since then, right? Recently, I had to swallow a tough pill regarding me becoming very sick. I didn't do anything about my symptoms for years, and when I finally went in to have him checked out, the doctor began to yell at me. He told me if I don't change my eating habits soon, I'll only have around 5 years left before I send myself into a comatose state.
What? You only have 5 years?
Right now, one of the most busy times for me at work, and I have no time to focus on changing my eating habits. But that doctor was very strict with me about how things need to change. So, I've realized that I really do need to do something about this. And what I need to do is get back together with you.
So you're telling me that the only reason you want me back is to take care of you as you begin to fall apart?
Well, you're supposed to care for me before things fall apart. And really, I've been so busy lately that I can't watch my diet. I haven't even been able to get any of my chores done lately, and all my laundry's just piling up. And I've started to totally forget about throwing out the trash. But if I'm able to remarry you, well then, I won't have to be worried about all that crap anymore.
Get real, Jarrett. Who the hell do you think is going to come and be your housewife now?
Why are you getting so upset with me? I heard some things about you. Heard that you had a baby and she happens to be my daughter. Since she's a girl, she can even get some chores done around the house for me, even at that young of an age. You're not going to be the only one doing all the chores this time, so what's the problem, right?
Huh? Not only do you plan to have me do your chores, but you want to make my daughter do them as well? Well, I'm not getting remarried to you, Jarrett, and that's not going to change.
Excuse me? You actually going to say no to me, supporting the both of you financially over here? I know dang well that as a single mother, your life is a living hell right now. So stop trying to make this more difficult than it is and come back to my place. Marry me.
Like hell I will.
I know that the money you're bringing in is only barely enough to get by with. It has to be painful living in that small house with your daughter when you don't even have the money to give her a good Christmas. So, come back, marry me, and I'll make sure you both have a wonderful life again. I just recently been promoted to department leader, so I'll have a lot of money coming in now. And that means a lot of money for both you and our daughter as well.
Stop trying to talk badly about the money I bring in. You haven't even been paying child support to me for the last 10 years, and I've done just fine raising my daughter with what I make. So if you have become a department manager now, then do us both a favor and start paying up.
I seriously never believed for 1 second that you actually gave birth to a child back then. But I guess you never were some fatty whose stomach was full of crap.
And just like that, I've remembered all the reasons why I hate you so much, Jarrett. You called someone who was pregnant with your child a fat loser. You were the worst frickin' husband on this planet and are still running as the worst man.
Yeah, but starting very soon, I'm going to be the best husband and father ever.
Huh?
I'm sure that my daughter wants to come and be with her real father, right? I know that all children need to have a balanced family to be raised in, and that means having both parents in the house with them. I'm sure she's had more than enough time spent with you. Yeah, she'll want a father figure in her life now. So, you really should just shut up. Come marry me already. If you really care about your daughter, then you should be running over to my side right now. Our daughter needs a father in her life, right?
You shut up, you annoying old fart!
Huh?
I don't need a dad if he's going to be like you. So stop trying to talk like you know what I want.
Am I talking to my daughter right now?
Well, I'm not your daughter, you weirdo. All I am to you is a stranger. Do you even know my name? I bet you don't. And I don't need a dad that doesn't even know his daughter's name. All I need is my mom, and that's it. So stay away from my mom and never marry her again.
Hey. Why are you saying things like that to your own father? I'm your father after all. and I'm here to take you back home with me. We haven't been able to meet for the last 10 years, but that whole time I've been wanting to meet you. But having to hear my own daughter, who I've been wanting to meet so badly, call me an old fart.
If you keep lying to us, we're going to call the police again. Did you know we can do that to you?
Huh?
My teacher told me about things like this at school. That those who lie are bad people, and the police will take them to jail.
Your father isn't lying to you about anything right now. I'm telling you, this whole time I've been wanting to come see you.
No, you haven't. I know that you hate me, and you never wanted me. And that's why before I was ever born, you divorced Mom and told her to go away. You never wanted to see your own daughter, and that's why you made us leave, right?
That was never what happened. I think this whole time your mother's just been talking poorly about your father, and that's made you upset. You can see that your mom is the only mean person here, right?
My mom would never lie to me about anything. Also, my grandma has told me stories about you. She told me that right before I was born, you ran off and never spoke to my mom again.
What? Your grandma?
So, now that you've even heard it from my daughter, you can give up now, right? I understand that to a small kid it's important for them to have both a mother and a father figure in their lives. But my daughter doesn't want you to be her father figure, so... I mean, she even showed that dislike for you to me by snatching my own phone right away from my hands and texting you all of that. So that's why I've been saying that you and I will not be getting remarried.
Hold on just a second. Who the hell is this grandma she was talking about? I heard from you that your mom died ages ago. You never had anyone like a mother figure around you since then, right? So you're never able to go back to anyone like your mom or dad after giving birth to her, right?
Well, this is your mother we're talking about here. After what you'd done to me, your mother came to my side and made sure to care for both myself and my baby when we needed someone. And she's done a great job being a grandma to my girl.
What? Yo, you been talking to my parents still? And they've never said a thing to me about it?
Not just talking with them, but staying with them as well. I'm actually with your mom right now. And this whole time, your mom and dad have been looking over my shoulder at the conversation we've been having.
Excuse me?
I got a text earlier today from my daughter about how there was some old man pacing back and forth in front of our house. And so I had your parents take care of her while I was still at work and had them call the police on you as well. And once I had finished my work, I went over to their place where I'm currently staying now. And just a bit after arriving here, you happened to start texting me. So this whole time you and I have been texting, they've been sitting around me watching.
They live in the same neighborhood as you? Hey, tell me how the hell that happened. I haven't even been able to get in touch with my parents for the past few years. So why are they there with you while I'm texting you? Wait, just after our divorce, they told me they'd sell their house and move far away. Is moving into this neighborhood what they meant by that?
Huh? You knew that they would be moving over here, right?
Never had the chance to learn about where they'd be moving to. I just assumed the day they told me they were moving, and they never contacted me again, meant that they went another state or something.
Well, I guess if they didn't contact you afterwards, you wouldn't have known. I mean, your parents were very upset with you when they heard about what you called and did to me. When I told them that you called your own pregnant wife a fat loser, they flipped.
And that's why I never bothered to really text them after they left. When I learned this time that I was really sick, I thought it'd be a great time to go back to my family's house. I started trying to call them both, but they'd never pick up. And when I texted asking their address, they just left me on red. Been a real pain in the butt for me.
I see. And so that's the reason why you're now trying to get your ex-wife to care for you?
Why my parents moving to the same neighborhood as you did? And what's this going on between you two, acting like you're all still family?
Did you know that the reason your parents moved into this neighborhood was for my daughter and I? They told me they'd take full responsibility for their dumb son. And that they'd do everything in their power to make sure my daughter and I live a happy and safe life. And just like they said, they moved into a house down the street and have been taking care of us since.
You kidding me?
And it's because of them both that right after having my baby, I was able to get back out there and find new work. And as time's gone on, they have stuck around to make sure that my daughter gets to where she needs to be while I'm working. Just like today, when she told me there was a strange old man standing out front, I was able to ask your parents to take her in. I'm being serious when I say that your parents are some of the best people on this planet.
Stop it with that crap. They aren't the best people anywhere. They haven't even bothered to talk to their own son for the past 10 years, as though they never even had a son in the first place. Yet they're totally fine acting like you're their daughter, and your kid's their grandbaby. This is all completely screwed up. They should be caring about me and my problems.
No, they shouldn't. Your parents have already told me that they never want to see or hear from you again, so why would they ever come and help you now? As far as they're aware, their real son passed away a decade ago and was replaced by an imposter. They always say things like that to all their friends, actually.
Huh?
And unlike their dead son, they still have a breathing and cute grandchild to look after. And they want to make sure that their dead son's ex-wife is taken care of as well. So now, good luck to you and that fake sickness of yours. Not only do your parents and my daughter not want you in their lives, but neither do I or the rest of the people in this neighborhood.
Yo, you have to wait. This is all just a joke, right? Do you really think I'm gonna believe that everyone is gonna throw me away now? If I can't find someone to change my diet and clean my house to me, I only have 5 years at the most left in me.
You're not a freaking baby anymore, so you should be able to care for yourself, right? Even my own daughter is able to care for herself more than you can, which is pretty embarrassing, right? So if you really want to keep calling yourself her father, then you need to show us that you can actually do more than sit around and cry all day.
Please, Angelica, can't you at least hold on to me for a bit longer? I'm not gonna say anything as selfish as wanting you to marry me again anymore, but I at least want you to stay by my side. Help me out.
Huh?
I just got a message from my parents finding the other day. Been about a decade since I last heard a thing from them. When I started to think that they were beginning to worry about their sick son, they started to blow up on me. They kept telling me to stay away from everyone in their family, including you. That from now on, they're completely cutting ties to me. And will make sure you and your daughter do too.
It's about time those two told you how they feel about you. I'm sure having to hear how angry they are with you from those two themselves has really shined a light on how horrible of a person you are, right? I was watching them when they wrote those texts to you, and your dad had a face on him that even the devil would respect. It made my daughter cry seeing him that angry.
Never thought that my parents would ever tell me they don't want me anymore. Parents should normally want to come and help their kid when they become sick, right? It's right? Instead of you'll never leave me like they have, right? We've already been married before, so there's nothing that could make you throw me away, right? I'm sure that since then you still hold on to some feelings for me, right?
Not at all, Jarrett. And as for ever thinking about getting back together with you, those thoughts died the moment you kicked me out of your house 10 years ago.
Huh?
And besides, I've been really busy since then being a single mother. I have to work on my own, I have to do all the chores at home on my own, and I have to raise my daughter to be a good woman mostly on my own. It's a tough life for me that's kept me busy for so long. So ever since you left me, there hasn't been a single ounce of interest in someone like you.
That's... So, you never even once thought about making things right with me again. Getting back together. And even during this past week, you haven't thought anything about me? I thought for sure you would have started to notice the great man I am again.
Why would I ever want to start thinking about you again? I have no reason to. And like I said before, who the hell would want to get remarried to you?
I told you that I wouldn't be selfish in asking you to marry me again. I just want you to come and visit me a few times each week. Heck, just a few times a month would be fine with me. When you come over, all I ask is for you to take care of me for a day.
Jesus, Jarrett.
Back when I was able to eat your cooking, I never had to worry about getting sick from it. And having you handle all the chores in the house for me made it so I could stay healthy. Now that you've been gone for 10 years, I really need you back in my life.
So you're asking me to just come over and do all the chores for you now? That's even more selfish than you just asking me to marry you, you fat idiot.
I'll be willing to pay you, though. I think this could make for a great opportunity for you to make some extra cash. How about $300 a month for your services? How does that sound? That should be enough to pique your interest a bit, right?
You think $300 is enough to get me to come back to that hellhole and care for the most hated man on this planet? For Christ's sake, Jarrett, don't make me laugh too much.
Then how does $1,000 sound? That work for you? Not just that, but I'll start paying child support as well. From now on, I'll take the responsibility of her father. Make sure she gets that child support. So please, don't throw me away, because I'll be willing to give you that much.
Sorry, Jarrett. No matter how much you offer, something that impossible will never happen. And at this point, we don't need child support from you. Really, no matter what you try and offer me, it's not going to happen.
What?
If you really need someone to come over and wipe your butt that badly, then maybe look into hiring a pro housemaid or something.
But if I hire a housemaid, I have to pay them more than I want to. They'll be a complete stranger to me, trying to feel my need for love. I want my family to come back to me, be by my side again.
Really?
Please listen to what I'm asking for. I'm seriously sick right now. Every day has been hell for me because my body is hurting so much. And on days off from work, I can't even get out of bed and have to lay here on my side all day. But even now, I don't want a pro caring for me. I just want someone that I know personally to be here to care for my needs out of love.
And I completely understand how you feel right now. Back when I was pregnant, I felt the exact same way as you do now. I was in a lot of pain half the time due to my large belly, and I always felt sick to the point I wanted you around me to help out. It was a feeling of just wanting someone I love to be there with me, showing how much they care by doing the chores and cooking for me.
That's right. So you really do understand how I feel now. So please, Angelica, since you really do understand me, you can come and help.
Huh? Just because I understand you doesn't mean I care to be there for you. I already made myself clear by saying it's impossible.
What?
When I was feeling that way, you never once came to help me or even cared to understand how I was feeling, right? And not only did you not help me, but you turned all of that against me and started to talk crap about me for it. You called me a fat loser and all of that, right? And you even now still doubt that I was ever even pregnant in the first place. You think I'm going to come and help you now after all of that?
Well, that was...
Your parents already told you, right? That you are never to come and talk to any of us ever again, right? I guess even a man as old as you has a hard time understanding English. When they ask you to stop talking to us, that means you put down your phone and never text or call me ever again. It means to never be around us ever again because none of us want to remember those horrible memories you left us all with. The whole reason you are all alone now with nobody to help you is all due to the actions you took against everyone, and you deserve every bit of it. After that, Jarrett's sickness ended up getting a lot worse, and he had to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance. But while he was in the hospital for a bit being cared for due to his super high blood pressure and terrible diet, he would call out to all his nurses asking for them to marry him and be his housewife, and then complain about how terrible being a single man was. But because of his behavior, the president of the hospital came down for a surprise visit to his room and told him that he was being discharged and would never be admitted into his hospital again. And since then, he's had to take day after day off work due to his sickness only getting worse. And his boss told him that his pay would be cut due to him never coming in enough. And so as of right now, he's been locked in his landfill-like house for a while, doing whatever work he can remotely while never getting any chores done. As for what my daughter had called him back then, an old fart, she told me she learned that from some of the high schoolers on the block. She said to me that they told her whenever an older man does something to me that I don't like, to call them that and run away. And so I made sure to tell her not to call anyone else that kind of name, besides the old fart that's locked up in his house right now.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.